Hello and welcome back to another one of my Sims 4 speed building videos, and I've got a very long video today as this is a very big affluent mansion. So the video is quite long, longer than usual. It's just over 14 minutes, this building section. So you've got 14 minutes of wonderful building and hearing my voice. How lucky are you? So we are building a very large manor today called Elmacre's Manor. I just thought it sounded nice, and it's named partially after the elm trees that I put in. At least I think they were elm trees that I managed to put in. This is one of the houses that I actually designed on paper first, so if I remember I'll put up a picture of it, or if I actually still have the picture, but if I don't anyway, you'll see how the house turns out and you can imagine what it was. It's not exactly like I did it on the paper, because obviously I adapted it so that it would work in The Sims better, and just so that it would look better in The Sims, because things aren't always how you envisage them, and I adapted them so that they would work. As you can see, I am building in Newcrest. I'm actually building on a 30 by 40 lot at the moment. However, I decided that this is too small, mainly because I want more space down here in the underground pool / terrace area. So in the future I'm actually going to move this house onto another lot. In fact, the lot opposite, I had built a park on there. I hadn't filmed it and I wasn't planning to. It's just a standard park that I had used for gameplay, so I'm going to demolish that and put the house there for the rest of the video when I do eventually move it. So you can see I've used a wide colour scheme, or not a wide colour scheme, but quite a few textures in this build. I've used a white wood texture, white wood siding. I've got that red paint on the walls, and I've got the sort of grey brick things, and I've also got some horizontal wood panelling as opposed to most of the vertical wood panelling on the sort of conservatory area, which you will see. I'll point it out when it's next in shot, but it's the sort of octagonal room off to the top right you can see now, and yeah, that's where I use it because I felt it was possibly like an addition onto the home, and it needed a different texture. As you can see, I'm just playing around with the downstairs here because it was being very finicky. I wanted a sort of overlap with the roofs, but for it to still be open plan down here, and this is where I'm going to be putting the swimming pool in the future. I was also having a bit of trouble with the ground above. For some reason you can't put new flooring down on the ground if there's a room underneath it, and I'm not entirely sure how it works because it sort of gave a border but wouldn't let me fill in the middle, so it's a very weird glitch, and I had to move the whole swimming pool basement thing in order to retexture the grounds upstairs. And that's not like retexture it with grass or anything, it's just the tiles, or the floor tiles that are put down. Putting in a lot of these trellises, I noticed that they've added in this small fence that's very good for trellises in a free update sometime. I haven't seen them before, but I jumped at the chance to use them in this build. And I'm also putting in some sort of not cobblestones, but just stone pathways around the build, just raising up the basement a little there. I wanted a higher basement originally, but then I noticed it would create these foundations on the trellis here over the pool, and I really wanted it still, so I used the thin basement lining, or foundation lining, and you can't really tell now, it just looks like a bit of a thicker trellis, but you've still got the foundation on, and it also creates a nice deck around the back. So now putting in the windows here, I had a little bit of trouble trying to decide what I wanted to use in terms of windows for this build. Eventually I went with these very tall, thin windows. There's a very good range of windows in The Sims 3, sort of just the medium height ones that cover a full sort of width of one block in The Sims 3, and they need more windows like that in The Sims 4 because they don't have enough variety. A lot in The Sims in The Sims 4, I don't know where 2 came from. A lot of the windows in Sims 4 will cover 2 blocks, but they aren't very good if you have even spaced walls. So I'm just putting in some windows down here in the basement area into the sort of party area, and also the sort of changing area and shower room down here, because I thought you'd need one near the pool. Also adding lots of plant life down here, making it feel quite luxurious, because if there's one thing that this build is, it is luxurious, because it's a very large mansion, and if you've got the money, then you can spend the money, and you can have a very nice house like this. In fact, there is also going to be a hot tub downstairs in that very lush green area, and I'm very proud with my landscaping of this house. I haven't really done landscaping like this before. I sort of just did small clusters of shrubs and things around, and I also had a bit of a play with the ground textures to make sort of that cool S feature, and also did the path sort of fading out there, as well as this small hedge here and the rockery that you can see in the middle, top left of the screen now. So used some rocks to make them big and made it look like trees and bushes were growing around it. So I'm really happy with the landscaping for this house. It's sort of minimal but very effective. So now I'm going inside and putting in all the wall textures here, and putting in a large flooring here, putting in a small carpet in the conservatory area, and just finishing it off to make a good size. This is something else I want to talk about The Sims 4. I sound like I complain a lot about The Sims 4. I do like it. It's a very good game, but there isn't enough variation in the items, and I think that's partially due to the colour swatches, but I do make do with what they have, and I think I come up with some really good things. Like, I put the bookshelves in there. I put a lot of recessed areas in this house for bookshelves to go, and I quickly want to talk about this. This I'm very happy with. I got some of the smallest counters you can get and put them right at the bottom of the ground to make it look like a shelf, or just a place to stack items on, and I also managed to sneak a seat underneath there, and I don't know if it's going to work, but if it does work, then it'll be awesome, because the Sims can sit down there and it'll look like they're just sitting on the side, and think it'll be awesome. So it's very open plan, this downstairs area. We've got a dining room on the left, and just sort of a hallway here with the party area in the middle. Used one of the buffet bars that came with the Sims 4 luxury party stuff, and then just decorating the rest of the main hall with some sofas, some dressers and some mirrors in case your Sims want to go out, and just some more areas to sit, as well as putting a little fishbowl on the side there because I thought it accented it quite nicely. Got a small larder in there because there was a space in between the stairs and the bar area, and I thought that a larder would fit quite well for the kitchen, and I'm really happy with the sort of amount of detail I put into this lot. It's partially why this video is so long, because I spent just such a long time furnishing this house to make it look, in my mind, what's really cool. Although you saw one of the light cubes very briefly that came with the Sims 4 luxury party stuff, and I will one day eventually get to use them. I just can't find a good application for them now because they are so cool, but I just want to find a way to use them that doesn't look a little bit weird. That room you just saw me furnishing was a sort of family room in the front, sort of like a casual living room, place to hang out during the day, play video games on the computer, or I don't know, just sit around and have fun. I also put some guitars in there, and I'm doing a sophisticated living room here, so this is where the piano is, and there's a bigger TV in here, and there's a fireplace. I'm also going to put in a chess table, you can see there in the middle of the room. I also put a side table next to it because I thought it divided the room quite nicely. There are quite a few bathrooms in this house. In fact, there are more bathrooms than bedrooms because of the shower room near the pool, and I put equally as much detail into these bathrooms as I did to all the other rooms. There's a sort of small mud room here, so a tertiary, that's a third entrance into the house, and I'm just decorating the stairs to the basement here with some of the nice decorations that came with perfect patio stuff. Also doing the study here. Gosh, I'm going through all these rooms so quickly because this video, it was originally so long that when I put it to ×8 speed, I think it was still 40 minutes long, and you're now watching it on ×8 speed, ×3 speed, so I guess that's ×24 speed, and you can see it's still just over 14 minutes, so it took me a very long time to furnish this house, and I hope you can appreciate that. Just decorating the upstairs hall here. I feel that this room is probably the most minimally decorated, and that's just because I didn't want to clutter the hall. It's mostly 3 wide at some points, but I just felt that this area at the end I could put more decorations in because it only leads to the bathroom at the end. And I used mostly the same pieces of furniture for the bathroom because there's a certain way I like my bathrooms and I think it works really well. But I have started putting in these walls with the sort of window panes in. In fact, I used some of the window panes that came with the Sims 4 Spa Day game pack. and that's why you can see that the glass has been tinted blue slightly in that bathroom, and I think that's another nice effect for the bathroom. It makes it look more bathroomy. Coming in to do the master bedroom here, I had this cool idea of using the new half walls in the game to create sort of a bed alcove area that was in the middle of the room, and then you go behind that bed alcove area for more seating, and also the walk-in closet area. And the walk-in closet area is really cool because it's sort of part of the main master bedroom, but it's in another area, and they're only joined by an archway, so you can see through to it, but it feels like a separate area, and it's got a really nice feel, as you'll see in the screenshots later. Working on the master bathroom here, putting in another closet, this time using the doors from the Sims 4 Spa Day game pack, and putting in the sort of brick floor in here because it gave some nice sort of rustic effect, and I thought it was quite cool because you've got different flooring in here, and it just adds a bit of variation into the build. Putting in a lot of things here. I also used some of the cabinets that you get in the kitchen category. Just thought they worked well as bathroom decoration. I'm doing the sort of main community bathroom here, using a lot of the items from the downstairs bathroom because I just sort of wanted that continuity, and putting the toilet in front of some cabinets there, and I've also put a chair in there to signify it's sort of the main community bathroom. Maybe it's where the parents go to wash their children when they're very young and can't bathe themselves. Here is a guest bedroom I put in. I was originally going to go for a dark wood and orange theme, but when I found that there wasn't a bed that matched very well, I added in these lighter accents, and I think the lighter woods and colours accent the walls quite nicely and make it look better than a room that's just completely dark. I'm doing a sort of young child's bedroom here, so very young. You can see I've got the cot there and the child's bed, so maybe they're sort of just phasing in between the cot and bed stage, and just putting in a whole load of decorations that I found underneath the kids category, as well as all of the vehicle toys, because I love those toys as they can be sized up. Putting in a teen kid's bedroom, possibly slightly younger, but teen or kid age, so putting in lots of technology and gadgetry. There's one of the motion gaming mats that you get in The Sims 4 for some reason, and just putting a lot of cool blue decorations in, as well as this cool overlap rug which I really like. It's got sort of that yin-yang pattern on it, and you may notice in this build I've put a lot of these walk-in, well, I don't want to say walk-in, but I've put in a lot of these closets with the doors in front and then the sets of drawers behind, and I think that's a nice effect. You just saw me doing a sort of clutter room. I didn't want to furnish another bedroom because I was feeling particularly lazy at that moment, so I just put in a whole load of clutter objects that they may be keeping in storage. And I really like the effect that turned out from that room. It's sort of maybe something that they use, a room that they use for family photographs just because they have the money and the technology. And now I'm finally decorating the basement. There's a gym that you saw earlier, and then there's another bar area for the pool, so it's sort of like a pool bar. You come in here to the pool house and have a nice drink and a party, and you can go down to the sofas back there. And then of course there is another bathroom in here. Thinking back, I possibly didn't need this bathroom because of the shower room by the pool, but I think it just adds another room to the basement and makes it feel more full. Finally, I'm putting in the hot tub around the pool area, trying to get move things around so that those plants are still there. Eventually I had to delete them all and replace them, but I think I can't tell the difference. I was happy with them before, I'm happy with them now, it's good. And now I'm just adding in the changing room area to the back of the swimming pool area, just putting in a couple of decorations that I thought fit quite nicely, and then I'm going around to put in all the lights, and I think that's just about the end of this speed build section. Just putting in a couple of outdoor furniture things like lights and outdoor cooking areas, and then I think that's about it, just texturing the walls. So we've got a ton of screenshots, which is why we're going to be going through all of them fairly quickly. Each one is set to 3 seconds because I don't want to drag this video on unnecessarily, but there were lots of rooms and lots of cool angles of photos to show you. So here are some shots from outside the house, and then moving inside you can see there's that cool side that I was talking about that I made with the cabinets, and then lots of photos of the open plan area. So there's the dining room and there's the main entertainment area. Moving on, here is the family sort of living room area. You You see, very warm and cozy, nice colours. And then here is one of the bathrooms, and I think we move on to the study. Yes, here's the study. We've got the easel there, and then here's the sophisticated living room where you might have a sort of posh soiree or entertainment at a dinner party. Here's the downstairs bathroom, and then we're moving on to the mudroom, and then finally we're going upstairs to the master bedroom, and there's the walk-in closet that I told you about. Very cool effect with the arch. Here's the hallway upstairs, so minimalist decorations but still quite effective, and here's the main bathroom. Going through these very quickly just because I don't want to drag on. Here are more of the bathrooms, and then we move on to the bedrooms. Here's the children's bedrooms, and here's the clutter bedroom. There's the teen bedroom there, and then we're just going to go through some more screenshots. I'm talking very quickly, and I'm going to need a glass of water after I have finished recording this video because my mouth is very dry. So just going through more of these bathrooms. Here's the one downstairs, here's the entertainment area around the pool, and there is in fact the pool. So I think I've just got a couple more shots. Here's the gym, and then here's a cool one looking up from the pool area into the sky, just because I thought it was a nice effect with all the plants looking over. So these last 3 or 4 screenshots are just floor plans of the house. Here's the second floor, you saw the first floor earlier. Here's above the house, and then I think it's finally the basement. So I want to thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye!